Dig that cat with his arch red hair, the crazy man with the nervous air. He's wild red Blanchard, the bully, bully, bully man. A two-K propeller who can dig the jive. You suck daddy, man alive. Wild red Blanchard, the bully, bully, bully man. His favorite car is a 1916 Jaguar pickup. Ah, he's a real slick guy with a chick bow tie when he gives out with the black man. A glad rag lad with his ball and jump. Bad boat runners from over rump. Wild red Blanchard, the young bully, bully, bully man.
Strange times called for a strange man with a strange sense of humor. Into that landscape strode one Richard Bogardus Blanchard, Jr., possessed of one mighty strange sense of humor. Red Blanchard broke into radio in 1945 in Riverside and quickly advanced to San Diego and Las Vegas before blasting off on KCBS in San Francisco as ringleader of one of the last of the big-time live studio audience shows in radio. And one of the kids who grew up listening to Red is here to share a few of his memories. Please welcome broadcast legend Bob Matheson.
Thank you. It's great to be in the broadcast industry. A lot of us just never wanted to do anything else. And if Zorch is in your vocabulary, chances are you grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area. Because when I was 9, 10 years old, I found that on the radio at KCBS was Red Blanchard. And people have asked me, what was the show like? And you talk about the songs that he played, the skits that they acted out, and the sound effects that they had, the novelty songs that he'd play that would come in from others, and they said, oh, he was doing Dr. Demento. And I said, no, Dr. Demento was doing Red Blanchard. One of the songs that came by was from Norvis, Transfusion, and before Red played it, thought he could embellish it a bit. So he took what Norvis had done and added screams and car screeches and collisions and his brand of sound effects, and then played it. And that's the Transfusion that we all know today. Dr. Demento was 12 years old when Red Blanchard was playing Transfusion. 17 years later at KPPC in Los Angeles, an underground station, Barry Hansen was a disc jockey, and he played Transfusion. And one of the other DJs at the station said, you've got to be demented to play that. And the name stuck, and he became Dr. Demento. But there was only one original of that type, and that original broadcast legend was Richard Blanchard, Jr., my friend, a really Zorch guy, the one and only Red Blanchard.
Thanks, Bob. He reminds me when he was in charge of the Armed Forces Radio, and I applied for a job there and I got turned down. They said I didn't have enough experience. This was long after I got fired from KCBS.
Long before I got to Armed Forces.
That's right. If Bob had been there, he would have hired me for sure, I think.
A smooth-hep cat with a crazy laugh, a long lean fellow who can stand the gap. Wild Red Blanchard, the young bully, bully, bully man. He's Wild Red Blanchard, the young bully, bully, bully man.